What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. I'm SVT Vasquez, and today we're going to be talking about the best part you can install in a Mustang Cobra. Let's start this show. Welcome back to my channel, everybody. To get the show started, I'm going to give my shout out for today's video. Today's video is actually not a comment, but a shout out to one of my friends. I met him because he reached out to me when he needed help with his convertible top cylinders, and since he saw my video, he knew I knew how to replace them. So I went over to his house, met him here locally, and I helped him out with his cylinder replacement. He was a nice guy. I was happy to just link up and make friends with someone else that was a Mustang Cobra owner. So I didn't expect any money from him, although he did offer. I turned it down. I'm just not that type of guy to ask my friends for money. So we left it at that. After a while, he had another upgrade that he needed help with. I helped him install his cowl cover carbon fiber panel, and after that he mentioned that he got a new styling bar. His new styling bar is also carbon fiber, so he didn't have any need for his old styling bar. So instead of paying me with money for helping him out again, he gave me his old styling bar that he had in his car, and this is something that I wanted to have on my car for a while now, and I think if you have a convertible Mustang Cobra, this is the best mod you could add. It gives your car such a unique look, and it doesn't even look like an aftermarket part. It actually looks like a part that should have been on the car from factory. So in this video, I'm going to show you guys how to install that part, or partially how to install that part. I was running a little tight on my window of installation. I had a school and work to work around, so I didn't completely record everything, but I think you guys get the gist. So without any more delay, let's get started. Alright guys, so my camera is charging right now. It's not charged, so I'm recording on my phone, so excuse the quality. It might actually even be better quality, who knows. But we're gonna start today by putting on the styling bar. And to do that, you're gonna have to take out the back seats, and to give yourself more workspace, you wanna put the top down. And obviously if you have a styling bar, you could only put it on a convertible, so you could put the top down to give yourself more space. And the first thing you're gonna do is gonna take the back seats out, and that's pretty simple. I'm gonna show you guys down here. This seat has a button right here under it. You press that button in on both sides, left and right, and this thing slides right off. After you take out the bottom seats, there's two bolts for the back seat. So you're gonna see those two nuts. Take those nuts off, and then this back part will slide off. That's a pretty easy thing to do, so I'm gonna go ahead and get started. So down here behind the backrest, you have two bolts on the right and on the left. I'm using a 3/4 socket, and those are easy to get out, so just crack them open. Alright, so that part was pretty easy. Took out the back seats, and now you got to take off these panels right here. So what you're gonna do is there's these little holders right here and back here. So go ahead and remove them on both sides, and also down here you're gonna remove the seat belt, because when you remove this, you're gonna be able to slide out the seat belt to get a hold of the panel by itself, so that when you drill your or mark up your holes for your styling bar, you're gonna have to drill up here and then the bolts on the side. So you're gonna need to take these out and mock them up. So the best way is just to go ahead and remove the seat belt. Go ahead and remove the door trim panel right here, and then look up here and you have these two rivets. Go ahead and just pull it back with a flathead screwdriver, and these should just pop right out. Alright guys, so after you take your panel off, this is where you're gonna be at. the panel comes off, and then you're gonna take your speakers off because you gotta get to the back. Go ahead and take off this screw right here. There's one down here, and then behind the door, you'll see it. It's back there somewhere. So there's 3. Once that comes off, you just take it off. I already did it on this side. So that one's off. Just leaned it over so I don't have to disconnect it. And then you're gonna have to take this panel off, but try to keep all that gunk still there so that you could reuse it and reattach this panel when you're done. So once you're done taking this panel off, you have these brackets. So these brackets mount up behind this. Alright, so the instructions are right here. You see him putting the bracket up there. He's putting the bracket in place and then marking the hole at the bottom, and then the other hole is gonna go right there. You see that red dot next to those 2 holes? So that's the first hole, and then down here is the second hole, and that's where you're gonna drill. So he starts off by using a small drill to make a guide point, and then you go to a drill that opens up the hole to allow the hardware to go in there. So I'm gonna go ahead and mock mine up, and let's see how it goes. Alright, so the way they say to mock it up is there's this rivet that they supply, and there's a hole back here that you place the rivet in, and then mock up the bracket parallel to the side right there, and then you mark your hole. So put your Sharpie in there, and then Sharpie in there, and then that should give you your placement to drill the holes. Alright, so that actually was kind of scary just because I don't want to drill too many holes, but I lined them up. I made the small hole. Now time to make them bigger, so just get your bigger drill and start working it to make it a bigger size. Okay guys, so now comes the third brake light. If your styling bar comes with a brake light, you're gonna look for these 2 wires right here. They're running behind your back seat. So you want to find which green wires and make sure it's the solid green, bright green. It doesn't have, like this one right here, it has a yellow line. This one right here is a lighter green. You're looking for this bright green. Depending on what year your car is, if you have a 1994 through a 1998, your wire is actually going to be a red wire with green stripes, and then the black one. So since I have a 1999 through 2004, this is what you're looking for. And to just verify that you're correct, you want to check in the trunk. So your third brake light is this light right here. So come under your trunk to check your wiring colors and to verify. You see this wire right here running up to the third brake light. It's all wrapped up, but if you could see, it's all wrapped up, but if you could see, there's the color you're looking for. So to verify, you could come check the back of your trunk to make sure it matches the one that's going in your back seat. And then, so I already crimped the styling bar wires, and unfortunately mine aren't colored. I'm gonna have to try both on either side, and hopefully it works. But so you crimp those are done, and then they come with these crimps. You're gonna crimp the wires down here, and then these just slide right into these pieces. So I'm gonna go ahead and get that done, and I'll show you guys. Hopefully it works the first time. Alright guys, so this is what your finished product is gonna look like. As you can see, these blue things splice into your wires that you choose, the green one and the black one, and then you just connect the male piece into the female piece, and that's it. Pretty simple. Go ahead and tuck your wires back in if you already checked that your light works. and I'll show you guys my light right now, and then I'll put the back seats together and make everything look nice again. Alright guys, so here's the final product. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below. I personally think that if you have a convertible, this is a must-have mod. It definitely looks like an OEM part. It doesn't stand out as something that shouldn't be there. It looks like it belongs on the car. Gives it a very good look. Give you guys a walk around, see what it looks like from every angle. Now the installation took me about 2 days on and off, just because I'm busy with school, I'm busy with work. I didn't get to record everything like I wanted to, but if I wanted to get it done, I would have took way longer if I was recording at the same time. What's that?
You got the 5.0?
It's a Cobra. 4.6. Sorry about that. The garbage man actually stopped me to ask me about the car, asking if it's a 5.0. He said it looks nice. But there you have it, guys. Tell me what you guys think. I think personally, ever since I bought the car, as soon as I knew I was getting a convertible, I wanted this mod. So huge shout out to my boy. I'll put his name on the screen on Instagram, so you guys could give him a follow, show him love. He has a sick Cobra as well. His looks almost like mine, but his is a white one, convertible as well. He has a Whipple supercharger. His is way more modified than mine is, but slowly but surely we'll get there. There are going to be huge changes coming to the car. That's why I'm doing a very thorough walk around, so I could look back on the video and see where I came from, how the car looked before, how the car looked after. I want to be able to document the process of it. So there it is.
I'm just all about this money, I don't think about no thoughts. Girl, you don't know about me, so get off my fucking D. Born and raised in the dot, this is real as you gon' see. Girl, you don't know about me, so get off my fucking D.